What's going on, everyone? Welcome to another live on the LPM channel. We got Dre in the building. Dre, what's going on, buddy?
What's going on, huh? Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, this is good. Little Tuesday night stream. Get to catch up, talk about some stuff. There's been a lot going on. I guess the most recent thing we've all just witnessed was Premiere selling out.
That came and went in a blink of an eye.
So we had a little guessing game going of how quick it was going to go. My guess was Monday. Another friend of ours was Wednesday. And I think it went Monday night. I want to say it went on Monday night. But that was
I don't think it was a full week, right?
No, it was a weekend. It was
because he went Wednesday or Thursday and then just blew right through it.
Yeah. I mean, and for you, it was really interesting getting to see your sketches get pulled. I want to talk to you about what it's like waiting that long for them to get pulled and then coming up. Let's just say what's up to a couple people in the chat here.
Yeah. 1 second. Let me see how I can see this.
Yeah. We got folks jumping in. We got Ryan Davidson. What's going on, Ryan? Ryan's got a great attendance record here on the channel. Appreciate you always being here. Mr. Jayhawk fan 23 says, "Let's go, Dre." Got some fans building already. And I've never heard of this guy, Wolverine Claws Out. I have no idea who that is, but probably a YouTuber. Just kidding. That's my friend.
That's Raj, right?
Raj, your potatoes are at full capacity. Did you watch that stream where they were making fun of? I had everybody on for the 1-year anniversary, and Raj couldn't get the Wi-Fi to work or something. And man, did that man get roasted? That was so funny. That's a good one. What's going on, Matthias? Thanks so much for joining, guys. We got people jumping on. Yeah, me and Dre we're gonna have a little chat today about a couple of things going on. But we were just getting into how Premiere sold out, and we were finally getting to see some of Dre's sketches get pulled. And so, what was that like for you, waiting at the computer, watching them finally surface after how many years?
Yeah, it was kind of cool because I did more. Yeah, let me rewind. Except for a couple of the oversized, which I did specifically for EPAC earlier this year. Everything else was done in like 2020.
Okay, wow, which seems like a lifetime ago.
So I'd forgotten about some of them, right? And yeah, it was me that made the potato comment.
Okay, that's amazing.
But yeah, it was actually cool because I couldn't remember what was actually going to be in the set.
Yeah.
Right. Because the checklist for physical was wrong. Like I was credited for sizes that I never did, which is fine. Right. Yeah. So then I'm like, I don't know what's coming out where. And the opening, kind of the openings for physical weren't as crazy.
Or as dramatic. Yeah.
Well, it's not even as dramatic, but not as many because the price point for physical at first was like $1,000 Canadian, so like $850 US, $899 US. I saw, so they weren't popping like Wolverine did or Avengers or any of the other sets, so they were kind of rare. Yeah. But anyways, I didn't know what was coming out, so I'm just sitting there ever since it came out, and I'm refreshing every time I get a break, refresh EPAC, and the site takes 4 hours to load, and also not being sure what was approved. Right? Yeah. So I didn't want to share stuff. So then as stuff got approved, I started sharing the things that I actually kept videos of because it was some of the stuff was 4 years ago and I have no idea where I backed up those pictures and videos. So
what's up, Marvel Madness? Thanks for jumping on. Something I noticed in the Facebook groups, I noticed a number of people putting out like searches in the group looking for your sketches. What's it like being in like a high-end set like Premiere and being one of those like artists that were people hounding you on your Instagram, or like were you like feeling overly popular at the time, or like let us know what that was like?
Yeah, it was a great influx. Like all of a sudden just people started reaching out. The other day I discovered that Discord has direct messages. I had no idea. Yeah. Right. So then I finally get in there and I'm just like seeing messages from like 6 months ago. I had no clue. So I apologized and started responding to those. Some of those people did find me on Instagram or Facebook and we did talk, but it was nice. And I think what's kind of cool is that I haven't really done anything since Fleer Ultra Avengers was the last thing that I did.
Wow.
Right. So that's Fleer Ultra Avengers and Premiere. That's it. So there's been a lot of new faces and new blood into the hobby that,
oh yeah,
may have, they don't know who I am, and that's fine. I'm not out here trying like, don't buy my book, right? But so it was kind of cool because there's a lot of new people that I've met that I don't recognize the handles, and I never really chatted with them before. So
so if anyone's watching this, what is your preferred way of people getting to if people are watching this? I really hope people are watching this.
Hope
For those
somebody's
people
watching.
who are watching this, what is Dre's preferred method of people reaching out? Is it Instagram, or what's your
Instagram? Yeah,
Instagram. Gotcha. Instagram is such a convenient app. I find myself constantly using it for video editing. Like I'll go into the reels and I'll do a whole bunch of stuff and then just save it to my phone, and like rather than using like any type of like iMovie or whatever. Do you do that as well?
No, I should probably do a better job at editing the videos, but most of the stuff I do, I'll just shoot in one take, add audio through reels, and post it.
Yeah.
As you can probably tell, because there's no like great polish to my videos.
You know what? It's a fine line, right? Like when a reel's a minute long, like how much are you going to put into it? Like, are you going to wait till Scorsese returns your calls and gives you some feedback on them, or are you going to just put it out to the world and kind of go with it?
Yeah, make sure there's no like toes in the shot or anything weird, and that's it.
Yeah, that's right. Those are those. That's not my hairy toe, is it?
That's not my hairy toe. Yeah,
it's literally happened to me before. I'm like, I don't even care, man.
You've gone too far.
Oh my gosh. Something like, so yesterday I had some time in the afternoon, and I spent a significant amount of time filming cards from my Sabertooth collection. And the reason for it is because I have an Instagram at Sabertooth PC where I post my personal collection, because I don't want to inundate all the LastPackMagik people with just pictures of Sabertooth. They're like, okay, dude, we get it. You collect Sabertooth. Like, so there's this other Instagram account. So it's been quiet for a while, but now I'm updating it again. So anybody, if you're interested in seeing more of my personal cards and what I'm doing with them, that's the place to check them out. So that's why I've been doing all the reels lately and trying to edit those today. And so it's a full-blown project.
Nice.
Yeah, and so we got some people agreeing with the ease of Instagram. People were tripping out about, because man, I live in a lot of hotel rooms. I've lived in a lot of hotel rooms due to my career of being on the road, and people like really ran with that I was being spied on. Man, it was just a sprinkler system, but that joke, I'm sure you know the one. Like that went far.
Yeah, I know where that went.
I'm going to hotel tomorrow, and I'm definitely going to have them sweep the room to make sure that there's no electronics on me, just to set everybody at ease. Some of the premiere sketches that were pulled, I noticed there was a substantial amount of characters that no one gives a shit about. Like the pure amount of Hercules sketches that I saw, there wasn't one Sabertooth normal size sketch card, and he was a base card, and I was like, what is going on here? Like,
but was Sabertooth one of the named characters on the sketches?
No, I didn't find one.
There aren't any singles.
Yeah, so somebody like correct me if I'm wrong, but I haven't seen one of them, and I looked, and he's a base card, so I thought all the base characters were going to get the named cards. But man, I looked and looked and looked, and I don't collect the larger size sketch cards. So I was kind of out on it. It was interesting. I'm still there's 2 cards from Premiere I still need to get. If anyone out there has pulled the black 1 of 1, which I'm assuming at this point has to be in physical boxes, or somebody pulled it and locked it up right away, and the of 5. Those are the 2 that I'm after. I've got the printing page book for that. I've got everything else, but the 1 of 1 and the of 5, I would love to track down at some point. Did you collect any of Premiere, like this set that you were in? Like,
no, that's for my casual light collecting. Premiere is out of my price range.
Oh yeah. I don't know if anybody else had this experience. Maybe this was my experience, but I was surprised at the cost of the base cards in the aftermarket in comparison to how expensive the product was. You know what I mean? Like, you're seeing base cards and you're seeing like of 49 blues go for $50. It's a $500 pack, man. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. Yeah,
It's
I
kind
mean,
of surprising.
mathematically, it's $100 a card, but I did see that, and I saw that as well, that there's base card stuff going for $20, $30.
Yeah.
But I think Premiere is really, because it is so sketch focused, obviously, I mean, it's all sketches primarily, that's really where most people are going. I don't think that there's too many set collectors for Premiere.
Sorry. The comment section on these lives gets crazy. Like
I try to keep up with it.
The amount of focus that goes on people spying on me and my facial hair is absolutely outrageous. And Snick, you know what? I didn't even plan it all, but me and Dre jumped on, and like short of me buzzing my head, we were dressed exactly the same. I literally went upstairs and changed because it would have been weird for you guys. Oh my gosh. Hermit Styles jumping on. Wow, we picked a good night for everybody to be available. A little casual Tuesday night hangout. I know it's late on the East Coast and everyone's just kind of settling in, but the real great is probably tied up in oh my god.
Who did I see pop in?
We got a bunch.
No, that's nice.
So I was watching. I watched a lot of. So we actually have a great question here. One of the people in the chat is wondering, who is Dre's favorite comic character?
Apocalypse.
Oh, what Apocalypse, a card you did of Apocalypse 2 recently. Why Apocalypse?
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, the character school, and it's got it's his story, like his backstory is just so, it's just defined enough.
Yeah.
That there's so much more that could be done with it. So you kind of know he's essentially eternal. He's got all these powers, and is he really a bad guy, or is he just has good intentions with a bad path? You never.
You know, really I'm a pretty good judge of character. I'm gonna say bad guy, but
probably most likely a bad guy. He is a villain, but also the aesthetic, right? And all the various iterations of Apocalypse, they're all been badass.
Yeah. How did you like the movie? How did you feel about his because it was a very different looking Apocalypse than I expected, kind of coming from the cartoon world. What did you think about it?
I like the makeup, I like the armor. He was too small. He didn't have a presence.
Man, I'm so glad you said that. I totally agree.
Like to me, Apocalypse is always this like massive, towering, like juggernaut type figure that's got a lot of mass to it, but it's not about the physical strength.
Something I really liked about that movie was how they really tied it into the ancient world. It really kind of like, with Egypt and that whole pyramid scene at the beginning, like that was that set that movie up. Like that was really cool.
I mean, the movie has its flaws, but it also has some really cool effects. The story could have been polished better.
Right.
Some of the effects were really good, like when what's his name is running around.
Yeah.
And Apocalypse sees him and locks his leg in the stone, breaks his leg. I was like, that's such a well done scene.
Yeah, I'm so easy to entertain when it comes to movies. There's people who pick movies apart, and there's just no pleasing them, which I respect. Like I enjoy a good like movie buff. Me, I'm like, if there's 3 scenes in a movie I like, you take my $15. It was worth it.
Especially got something memorable, you're good.
Yeah, if I come away with feeling like even slightly inspired, and a big thing for movies for me is often the soundtrack too. Like if there's like, that pump up song that will be in that scene that you like, if those two worlds collide well for me, I'm like, I'm in. Like, I love it.
Well, this is why Blade, I think, is on so many people's radar. It's not because it's a great movie. It's just because that German techno dance track, right? That you just, once it starts playing, everybody's like, Blade.
Dude, what year was that? At this point, that is an old movie.
92, 93? That's got to be early 90s, right?
Wesley Snipes looked different in the Deadpool movie. You know what I mean? Like, it gives you an idea of how old that movie was.
Yeah.
Like, when you see them and you're like, holy shit, that was 30 years ago, right? Like,
oh, no, sorry. Blade came out in 98.
98. Same thing. It starts with a 9, Like, it was
it's the late 1900s. That's
right. I think it was the Victorian era, but
And it's funny because I think before Blade, the only other soundtrack that was just like really pumping everybody was the Mortal Kombat song.
Oh my god, yeah, 100%.
From the movie.
Yeah, 100%.
Right? And then Blade came out, and then everybody forgot about Mortal Kombat. And
with Christmas time coming up, and like I don't know about you guys, but like when I'm home and I'm like on the couch hanging out with my family, like it's movie time, and it is old movie time. It ain't like we very rarely are watching newer movies. I'm gonna do a list. I'll do a stream with some friends, and we'll do a list of like must watch over the holiday movies. I think that'd be really fun to come up. Like Mortal Kombat would be a great one to throw on that list.
Yeah, at least the credit sequence.
What are we doing today here? So actually, right now, Canada Post is still on strike. And I haven't got mail in so long. I like don't know if my credit card's been banned from eBay or what, but I've got no mail. Like I have items that have been sitting in Vancouver on the shipping tracking that have not moved since like November 20th. Is this affecting your life at all at the moment, or have you noticed it?
Yeah. Me directly, not so much. My fiance does a lot of Etsy stuff, and her store just died the next day, right? So luckily, we were able to find a smaller courier company.
Right.
That it's a little bit of a drive to drop off the packages, but we're able to ship to North America. So that's Canada and US, so it's all good. Yeah, other than that, I mean, all my stuff's electronic primarily, so it's not like I'm missing bills or anything like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it kind of sucks.
Dude, I have a blue PMG out there. I'm sure has been donated to the wild. It's been sitting for 2 weeks now, and I'm like, there's no one to blame, so you can't really do anything about it. If this thing ever shows up, it would be a miracle. It'd be like an absolute miracle. Probably show up in like 3 years when I moved out of this place, but
it'll show up eventually. I mean, they got to get their stuff sorted sooner or later, or
like a month's worth of mail. Imagine you don't show up to work for a month, and then you show up, and you're like, okay, like where do you start?
Oh yeah, it's like a couple of years ago, my cell phone died on a business trip, right? And I had no cell phone, and it was fine. It's like okay, whatever, I managed, but I didn't have access to email for like 4 days. And then when I did get back online and got my email, I'm just like, I'm gonna spend half a day reading, like just deleting emails. So that'd be the thing.
I'm ready for the Canada Post strike to be done. Like you were saying, there are other options to go with, so I've been forced to use those for products that I've sold and sending out. But you'll like be famous and getting fan mail. Gasser, I appreciate you, buddy. We got other people jumping in about the movie idea. People co-signing on saying that Batman Returns is a good one. There is never a bad time to watch Michael Keaton as Batman.
Except the Flash.
Yeah. How cool would a Mortal Kombat trading card set be? I actually really like that idea. I think that would be real neat.
Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if we're going to see that because Mortal Kombat 2 is on the release schedule for 25.
Really interesting.
Yeah, and that's a Warner Brothers IP, which is now married to our friends at Upper Deck.
Okay.
And we like to put stuff out, so I wouldn't be surprised if we'll see something there.
Man, thank God, because we haven't got a new release in days, so we really need to.
Yeah. It's I don't know how the hobby is surviving.
It's what will we do? What will we make content about when this flood stream is over? Okay, so we were talking about the Canada Post being on strike. So the reason that we were talking about Canada Post being on strike is because I got mail today, and I was shocked. I was absolutely shocked that there was a knock at the door and an actual package arrived. And let's add a screen here and have this conversation. Here we go. So this showed up. Dre, who's this from?
That's for me, but that's a recycled envelope, so I don't know what the storm is.
There is a very detailed note here saying, do not eat this. So thank you so much for looking out for me. I feel like this is a 1-year channel anniversary gift.
Yeah. Yeah, it just got there a little late due to Canada Post, so.
I think that's super cool that you did. You were one of my podcast guests, for those of you that remember when the podcast was on for 2 seasons. And I remember having like a really great conversation with you. And then realizing that it was after the show as well, and we talked for like 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
And there's just, it was really, really fun. Like I love that about the channel. I love getting to know people, not only get to know their artwork, but get to know like the person behind it. It's fun. It's very, very fun. I'm going to cut this thing open. Do I need to be like really careful opening it? I have absolutely no idea.
I mean, don't stab it, but you know, it
Don't
can cut
eat
the
it, right?
cake. Yeah, don't eat anything because you know you never know. But
man, that's good advice moving into the Christmas season. Don't eat your gifts.
yeah.
Oh boy. Oh boy. I haven't done a mail day in a while, and I'm just going to take my time here so I don't destroy. What have we got here? Look at this. Look at the wrapping. Is this a comic?
Well, that's how I wrap.
I've never received one of these from you. I love that this is how you wrap. Dude, really cool. Well, I hope they caught you good workers comp. Don't here we got more comments rolling in here. Snick says, "Don't eat 30 minutes prior to opening mail. Might get a cramp." Okay, I'm gonna open this.
No, open the cardboard, the actual cardboard thing.
Okay, this part.
Yeah, I think it's taped at the top. Oh, or that. Okay, so.
Oh my god, dude! Are you kidding me?
Are you
kidding me?
Do you know what that is?
Oh, I know it's a Sabretooth #1, but I don't know. This is numbered out of 10,000.
Yeah.
Who signed this?
Look at the back.
Oh my gosh, dude, you are crazy. Dynamic Forces Inc. has issued this certificate to authenticate this copy of Sabretooth 1 as one of the limited series of 10,000 signed by artist Mark Texera. And it's the matching serial number to the written one on the front. Dude, that is way too cool. Thank you so much.
So I saw it. I was at a little local con here, and I was going through the stuff, and I saw. I'm like, oh, I know a guy that's a perfect Sabretooth collector, right? It was in a dollar bin, dude.
No, it wasn't.
I swear it was in a dollar bin.
What a dollar bin find, man.
That was $1, man. So, I mean, you know, I'm not saying like, oh, it's such a dollar comic, but I was just like, I can't believe this is not. Because I even asked the guy, I'm like, is this right? And he's like, yeah, if it's in the blue bin, it's $1. Okay. Do you have any more? No.
Wow. That is, I love the story behind this too. You know what's hilarious? So today, I told you I was filming a whole bunch of stuff for my stuff. And I was opening up the books and doing some filming. This is one I didn't have. I don't have this book, and I needed it today for some of the stuff that I'm filming. So that's really perfect that now I can actually finish that sequence that I wanted to film.
That's awesome,
dude. That's amazing.
Yeah, I don't know if it's slab worthy, but you know, it's autographed. You know, it's legit. Plus,
oh yeah. You know, I've never sent a book away to get slabbed. That's something I've never done. I'm interested in doing that, though. I feel like with this color scheme, this might be a really cool contender to do in a PSA slab.
Yeah. You have one of the Sabretooth slab you showed last week or 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, I sure do. I have this book without the auto. I have it in a 9.6. So
okay, yeah, so it was the same one.
With my Sabretooth collection, so I'll be sharing a bit more of it soon. But I have 20 graded comics, and they're all graded 9.6. So like the 9.6 Sabretooth collection, I'm calling it. And this was a must-have book to have in it. It is not autoed. It is just the normal, regular book. Yeah. But this is such a cool, like, issue #1, and it's a die-cut cover. I love the die-cut cover. I think that's so cool.
Yeah, because I think the inside cover he's tearing through, right?
Yes, that's right. Yeah. Oh, I can't wait to get to hang out with this thing later and check it out. Thank you so much, man. That is like that's way too cool. I love that you found this in a dollar bin.
Yeah, it's. At another con a few years ago, I got a Wolverine Returns #1 Jusko variant, the Midtown Comics one, signed in a $5 bin.
Wow.
Yeah, I have that in a frame somewhere because that was just like,
dude, you got the dollar bin luck, man.
I know. I was like, are you kidding me?
That's
so like, yeah, I'll take you.
Dude, Castro is saying you're supposed to take the price tags off of gifts. Thanks, Castro. That's funny. That's really good. I'm gonna open up this thing.
Okay, not yet. Now open that. So
man, I love the wrap.
That's your gift. The Sabretooth I just came across. but that's your actual gift.
Man, thank you so much. This is actually really, really cool.
I think it's a Ghostwriter page.
Oh man. Holy smokes. So we've got the cool sticker right here. I opened this the right direction too. We can do a little reveal. Oh man. How did you like the cardstock? So this is my channel's cardstock, guys.
It's great. It's fantastic cardstock.
Dude, check that. So tell me a little bit about the sticker. Is this something that comes with is this your brand? Is this your thing?
Yeah. I did a bunch of Venom stickers, and I ordered more, but I'm not getting any mail. So basically, every time I send out something, I throw a sticker in.
Bit of a sour point, Dave, about not getting the mail right now.
That's the really the one impact. I'm waiting for stickers to come in because I think I got 2 left, and I'm not getting any stickers.
Dude.
So I'll send people stickers.
As a fan of your artwork, it is just so crazy seeing your signature on my channel's cardstock.
Thanks, man.
Dude, I'm tripping out right now. This has been a pretty crazy mail day here, guys. Let's turn this thing over. Let's check it out. Oh my God, dude. Are you kidding me? That is so cool. Can you tell it? Oh my gosh, dude. That is such a cool saber tooth, man.
Pop it out.
Yeah,
just pop it out in the one touch because I think you're getting too much glare.
You bet. Here.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, holy smokes. Oh my God, dude, you are crazy. You are crazy. There's 2 saber tooths in here, guys, just for the record. Holy cow, Dre, you are way too generous, dude. This is, I'm going to read all these comments up here after, guys. I'm just having a little bit of a moment here with these. Holy smokes. I'm going to look at these one at a time.
Yeah, go for it, man.
I see what you did there with popping out of the container. You're getting a bit of glare. That was really, really.
It was all planned. It was all part of the plan. You see, there's a sheet of paper in between them to make sure that they don't stick.
Oh my gosh, I'm freaking out right now. Can you tell us what medium you've used here? What are we looking at?
That one is just ink, whatever. What the hell are they called? The Pigma Micron ink, and then a little bit of airbrush brown for the base, and then just acrylic paint on top of it.
Man, I mean the face is so sinister, dude. That is an evil saber tooth. This guy is up to no good.
Yeah.
I just can't believe this is on the channel cardstock too. This is so cool. I am so glad we opened up the one touch.
Yeah, you know what? Honestly, if you were gonna be like, oh no, I don't want to touch it just in case because I know it's raining or snowing here, okay, whatever, right?
And this one,
yeah,
this is absolutely amazing. I cannot believe the detail in that chain.
Yeah, the chain was a pain in the ass.
Oh, I bet it was, man. You got some hours into this, man. Thank you so much.
Oh, you're very welcome, huh?
Holy smokes. Well, the sketch card collection just grew today.
Yeah, so that's AOA Sabertooth, not Apocalypse, after Joe Mad. And yeah, I don't know if the bronze is showing through very well, but anyways.
The bronze really pops, actually.
Yeah, not on my screen, so I don't know.
It's got just the right amount of metallic in it to also not be overwhelming. Have you ever used a metallic paint and you're like, whoa, that's blues come through with metallic paint, can be really glossy, really shiny.
Yeah.
Dude, this looks so friggin' cool. Oh my gosh. So is there anything else? No, I'm totally kidding.
No, that's it. That's it.
Oh my God, man. You outdid yourself. I can't believe how cool this is. This is just the teeth there. I don't often see Sabertooth with teeth like this, and it just works so well. Another thing you nailed is no pupils in the eyes.
Yeah. That's kind of more like the animated series look, right?
Totally.
Pupils with the weird like wrestling type headgear.
Oh my gosh. Well, I got to send you more sketch cards. This is you used up a good number of them.
Yeah, I have more. Yeah,
You were saying that they took paint really well.
Yes, so they really well. The Apocalypse one that I did that I posted on my channel, that was the first one. That was kind of the test run, and I put like tons of layers on that one.
Yeah.
And barely any warping. It was great. There was no flaking on the paper. So then I did the metallic one, like the AOA one, and it's like, yeah, this is fine. This is great stock.
You know, it was one of the, when I was picking through the stocks, I got sent a sample set to choose from. Mm-hmm. And I spent a lot of time putting mediums on them to just see how they were going to react. And if anyone's out there is like wondering, when you see stock that has this little middle divider in it, it's going to take a way better beating. Like, it's not going to bleed through. It shouldn't bend and warp as much when liquid gets on it. Do you agree with that, Dre?
Yes and no.
Okay.
Because let me actually compare yours to another one that's got that finish, because I think yours is different.
While you're doing that, I'm going to catch up on chat here real quick.
Yeah, no problems. I think the finish on the paper, like on the white part, is what's going to make a big difference. And yeah, there's something different on yours versus the other cards that I have that have that 3 layers.
Yeah.
I can't tell what it is, but there is something different. And what I've had, I'll tell you, because what I've had with the other ones in a lot of cases is the top coating over the black Bristol started lifting. And I know how to fix it, but it's a pain in the ass to have to fix.
Yeah, interesting. I'm excited to see York. So you're fishing around to choose a card stock. Have you decided on one? Do you have a card in the mix, or where are you at with having your own?
Well, I'm probably gonna go with the same stock you did. I just gotta design something and be able to order something.
Dude, people are loving the card that you did here. Just catching up on chat, everybody is loving it. But this is like, if I pulled this out of Premiere, I would have been freaking out, man. I would have lost my mind. That would have been the last thing I ever opened, probably. This too, I mean, this one just has a Premiere vibe to it. Doing a full body character like this, like you were saying, like, what a pain in the ass it can be getting those little details.
Yeah, it is. This is why I generally don't do full figure on normal sketch cards. I'll do like busts or headshots because I just can't get the detail. Right. But when I'm doing recreations, it's a little bit kind of more autopilot, so I can get away with more of it because I have a constant point of reference to figure out what I need to do. But we're just drawing from scratch. It's just like way too easy to mess it up.
I cannot believe, I'm still like, I'm a little bit shell shocked here still about these. These are going straight into the Pelican case. First of all, these are so cool. Have you had cards before where like this obviously takes a very long time? Like, have you ever done pack inserted ones that were full body, or is it just always going to be an AP situation for you?
I think I've done. I mean, it's the size, right? Like if you look at the Premiere stuff, I've done a lot of 3/4 on the singles, and then the oversized stuff, I'll just get more details.
The oversized really gives you guys a chance to flex, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, and I really liked the triple layout because I did like the Hulk I did on the triples for Premiere, the EPAC one. That's probably one of my, actually no, I like that one, and I like the Cosmic Spidey, and I really like the Cap Wolf.
Gotcha.
Which was a quad. And I think the Cap Wolf is probably one of my favorite cards, period, just because the way it came out. And I wish I kept I could find a video of that because I had so many pictures, like process on that because I was so proud of it. But I don't know where they went.
it's important to document your work as an artist when you're done. Yeah. And you get to spend some time with it that way, rather than just staring at it. You get to put it, you get to move into different angles. You get to do a lot of things with it. You kind of get to relive it again.
Yeah. And plus you can refer back to what you did.
Right.
Right. Because I was actually thinking about it the other day. I'm like, I don't remember how I did that Hulk.
Right.
Like, I don't remember what mediums. I know there's some airbrush and something, but I don't remember the process.
So, do you ever finish something and you're potentially not a huge fan of it and somebody else loves it, like the client loves it? Isn't that a weird feeling?
It is, but I think what happens there is that as a creator, as a creative person, you have a vision in your mind as to what you're trying to do. And when you don't achieve what you thought you were going to do, you're disappointed. But the audience, or the receiver, they don't know what you had in mind. They just see the final product.
Right.
They take that in with without any other preconceived notions as to what it's supposed to be. And they're like, okay, do I like it or not? So yeah, I've had multiple times I'm like, oh, I hate this thing, and then I showed it to someone. It's like, oh, this is great.
It's funny when people character collect, right? Like if they're like into a character, they're looking for unique ways of displaying their character. And sometimes when somebody does something that's like a little bit out of the norm for them, that really resonates with somebody who's a collector. It's interesting.
Yeah, that's cool.
One of the questions here, I know that you did answer some of your favorite card stocks, but is there with other sets that you've worked on, like, do you prefer the thick card stock, the thin
100%.
annual card stock? You prefer the
100% the thick. Like thick card stock, like Premiere is probably the best.
Yeah.
Masterpiece is a close second.
Yeah.
But Premiere is thicker. The worst card stock is the stuff that's got a lot of crap printed on it.
Like the beginnings ones. The beginnings ones are a bit rough.
Yeah, I didn't work on beginnings, but beginnings, ages,
X-Men Metal.
Yeah, X-Men Metal. The X-Men Metal is a little bit of the exception because they created a frame.
Fair enough.
So it actually made your sketch card 2 by 2 inches. So it's like, oh, even smaller. Great. We can make stamp art. It's great. Fantastic. Thanks, Upper Deck. But things like, I think it was Ages that had that yellow stripe at the bottom. Or, I think.
No, it was. You're right.
Or Allure, one of those. And it's like, that's a lot of bright yellow ink that, unless you're going to gesso, like do 3 layers of gesso over it, that yellow's always gonna show through.
WandaVision too. WandaVision had a big old banner on the bottom.
Yeah, accent. Falcon, Winter Soldier. A couple of them had. A lot of the MCU stuff.
Yeah.
Hey Tony. Yes, this is live.
Yeah, we're still live, Tony. Tony, you have to jump onto these one of these days. I sent Tony some sketches. I have some cards. I hope that he's gotten to smash some stuff on them. I'm hoping that everyone who's going to OAX is going to get to experience some different card stock, the OAX card stock, all the little ones that just people bring that they just have kicking around. I'm sure there's going to be some fun stuff going on.
Oh, I'm sure. It's going to be crazy at OAX.
Yeah, OAX is... I'm not going, but I'm definitely excited to watch all the streams. It seems like there's so many people going this year that it's going to be like it's going to be like a 24-hour event, like stream wise, like there'll be something going on at all times.
Yeah.
And I see they're doing this like box break battle thing, and I was kind of like, what does that even mean? And then I saw that Steven posted a little display of how he wanted to do it, and there's like, it looks like a chess match, it looked like there's screens set up for each side to zoom in. I was like, this is so real. Like this is becoming
crazy.
So scary. Oh, that's really cool. Well, that was a fantastic 1-year anniversary of the channel gift on the channel stock. One thing I have to ask you, because it's happened to me a couple of times working on these, have you ever done a card and then flipped it over to realize you did it upside down? I just did it the other day. I felt so stupid.
Yeah, so I learned the hard way how to not do that. And I tape my cards down to a piece of cardboard. And I always do a little arrow that says up, so I know.
Man, what isn't it? Isn't it
every
something?
Piece of cardboard that I have has a little arrow. See, like this one's actually got a couple of them.
Love it.
because I've done
And
multiple.
it's a good one when you did it upside down. Like, when you're like sketching it or you're doing it, you're like, oh man, this is going to be a good one. Oh my God, did I do this thing upside down? Yeah, sure did. Right. Love it.
Whatever. Right.
So, yeah, that's right. It doesn't actually matter. It's just funny in your brain. When you notice it, when like that moment you realize that you did it, it's like, oh my God, I did it.
It happens. That's okay.
Castro says Graydon cardboard cutout at the OAX is going to happen. I'm telling you, man, right? 101 on the back of that thing. It's going to be, and if I see a cardboard,
Someone's going to steal it. Someone's going to steal it. It's going to show up in the background of somebody's stream in their basement.
It's going to be in Fausto's basement for sure.
Yeah, and it's going to have like a weird jacket on or something, or a stupid hat.
That's so funny. It is probably approaching the twilight years, but yes, Tony, it's funny. Thank you for that. Things are going to get serious, Tony says. Tony Perna is going to OAX, and I hope that Florida is ready for Tony Perna because, my gosh, that man's going to go down there like a hurricane. Bad examples, Florida, sorry. Poke you with the stick. It's the only way you know for sure. Man, sometimes I do morning shows, and like I'm amazed at how funny everyone is that early in the morning. I expect you guys to be hilarious in the evenings, but some of you guys are 24/7 hilarious, and I do appreciate it. Tony's all ready. Dre, I really appreciate this, man. This is so cool. I'm gonna have to flip through this comic, and like I said, I'm gonna have to complete the filming I wanted to do because I needed this book. And that's a great coincidence that it happened. And I got to go put these two Sabretooth sketches in my Pelican case, which is just unreal. I have a Dre sketch, guys. Pretty happy right now. Pretty happy. Is there anything that you want to close on, Dre? Anything? We've talked about people reaching out to you on the old Instagram to get a hold of you. What else you want to mention?
That's about it. Well, I'm not shy. Like, if you want to talk to me, drop me a message.
Yeah.
You can message me on Discord, but it might take a while for me to respond. But
I don't understand Discord. I do not get Discord.
I work in digital, and I'm in Discord, like typing with two fingers. I don't know what's happening. What's that noise coming from?
Man, I'm not very computer literate, and like Discord, it drives me to the end of my patience on a good day. But sometimes you got to use it. Sometimes you got to figure out cards on there that you need. I've noticed recently, like when Premiere dropped, I noticed on your Instagram, like you were saying you were posting a lot of the media that you had of these cards. I love the reveal that you do of showing the back and then flipping it over to the front, like the light catches that gloss you have on them. It was cool that like as those were getting pulled, you had those videos like ready to rock and roll. That was really fun to watch. Yeah,
I wish, like I said, I wish I had, or I knew where the rest of them were, because I only had the videos for like the last couple of them I did. So there's other stuff that popped up, and I don't know where the videos are.
Snicked has just brought something up that I was really hoping that our friends south of the border know about, and that is Letterkenny. Okay, you guys got to do an all-Canadian show. Maybe invite the Letterkenny guys. So, Dre, you know what Letterkenny is.
I know. Yeah.
So Letterkenny is a very, very funny Canadian show, and it is very Canadian. So for all of you guys out there that are wondering what Letterkenny is and talking about things to watch over Christmas, watch yourself some Letterkenny. That is some Canadian humor right there. Super funny. I think you guys are gonna love it. Snick, you really let the cat out of the bag with that one, man. That's some top secret north of the border stuff, and really glad you guys are finding out about it.
And if not, we can get the Trailer Park Boys on.
Trailer Park Boys. I feel like Trailer Park Boys is like really old now. Like I watched a little while ago. I was parked on the couch, moving pretty slowly on a Saturday morning, and I watched a couple episodes, and I'm like, man, like this is what I watched when I was like 20. You know,
some of them are still in 4:3 aspect ratio. I think like they're square, right?
Yeah, totally.
The original seasons, yeah.
And I mean, it's a classic, but they did the best with what they had at the time, and they ran with it. It's quite a well done show. I like it.
They have a new movie coming out, I think this weekend or next weekend.
Really?
Yeah, something kittens. I don't know, like a weird title.
Dude, Unforgiven knows what's up. A must-watch show. I love that you guys know about this. I really, really. And Shorzy, wow, you guys are surprising me here with your Canadian back bacon and knowledge of television. I am very, very impressed. all we know about right now is that Canada Post is on strike and no one's getting anything in the mail. But somehow we got to do this opening, and greatly appreciative. All right, guys, we're going to wrap it up there. The chat was awesome. Everybody, thank you so much for being in here. All the subscribers, all of the people that always participate, thank you so much. Dre, thank you. That was the craziest mail day ever. Like, absolutely crazy. I'm so stoked on the sketches. I'm super pumped about the comic. Like the comic came at a really good time. That was really, really cool.
That's great.
That. It really shows you know me well too. The time we've got to spend together, like you nailed it for those. That was super cool.
Well, my pleasure.
Hit Dre up on Instagram. As you guys are all enjoying Premiere and watching for those sketches, tag us when you see Dre sketches come up. Share them on your Instagram stories. Make sure you tag them. Be tons of fun. Thanks everybody for being here. And it's Tuesday. Have a good rest of your week. I know we're just starting, but it's going to be a good week. I can tell it's going to be a really good one.
Thanks,
take
everyone.
care, everybody. Take care, Dre.